Yorkshire Geek with stories to unfold. Keep your eyes wide open and your soul won't grow cold. In the realm of the strange and the fantastical.
Hey up, it's Steve from Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to my top 5 favourite movies of 1993, plus honourable mentions. So that's what we're going to look at tonight. You may guess what is in the what is in the top 10, top 5, whatever. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Right, we should be live on YouTube, fingers crossed. Yes, we are. We should be live on Rumble, so I'll refresh that, because it doesn't just come on. You've got to refresh it and press buttons, and I don't bloody know. Anyway, yes, we're live on Rumble. And we should be live on Twitch. Yes, we are. Don't know why I do Twitch. And Windgrace is here, saying 1,993, in the year of our Lord, 1,993. And all that. I wonder why we don't say it like that. Why do we say it is the year 1993 or the year 2020? Oh, some people do, don't they? 2025. I don't. I said 2025 because that sounds more futuristic to me. But anyway, where were we? Explore the description. Where are we? For links for stuff such as merch, which I'm not wearing. I suppose you could look at this cap. There might be. I don't know if I've got this design in the merch store. I don't know. But this isn't a merch cap. It's one I made. But anyway, whatever. T-shirts, blah, blah, blah. My books, Mercury Rapids, Light-Hearted Sci-Fi, Action Adventure about UFOs and stuff, and Silent Predator, short horror novella about genetically engineered big cats eating people in the North Yorkshire village. I had one review saying it was brilliant. But that review off my sister. So does that count? I don't know. Anyway. And Quest is here saying, hello. Hello, Quest. Looking forward to that Predator, what is it, Killer of Killers animated thing. That looks interesting. I had no idea that were even a thing till I saw your video today. So very good. Go over to Quest's channel and subscribe to him and Windgrace as well, because he does amazing stuff and all. Miles better than my pap. Anyway, right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? My top 5 favourite movies of 1993. Not the best movies of 1993, although you might think they are. Not necessarily. They're not in any order. It's not a countdown, it's just a list. And then I've got some honourable mentions afterwards. I don't know how many, I haven't counted them. I think there's about, I don't know, 3, 6, there's 9 honourable mentions. So we'll get on with it, shall we? So I shall add it to the screen. We will begin. I'm sure I've forgotten something. Oh, aye, become a member of the channel and you get exclusive videos and early access videos and stuff like that. And I don't know, exclusive emojis. Are they exclusive? I don't know, but they're there. And things like that. And what else? And super chats and super thanks, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff will be greatly appreciated. Right, so we'll begin. So the first of my top 5 favourite movies, and yes, hit that like button, like and subscribe and share and comment, etc. And join us in the chat if you've been a subscriber for more than 6 months, I think, and all that stuff. Right, so first up in my list of my top 5 favourite movies of 1993, which is going back a bit now, isn't it? 32 years ago, blimey. First up, there we go, is Jurassic Park, which you might have guessed from old T-Rex there. An amazing movie, one of the best films ever made in my opinion. Sometimes I class it as a horror film because it has some horrific bits in it. But it is an amazing film. Everybody's seen it. If you haven't seen it, where have you been since 1993? The effects are still amazing. I don't know how they've managed it to keep the CG looking as realistic as it does. But I think it's astonishingly good. Not as much CG as you might imagine, though. I think some of that in the whole film, there's like 10 minutes of CG dinosaurs, something like that. More often than not, they're like puppets and stuff and animatronics. But anywho, Quest is saying Fire in the Sky. That's in the honourable mentions. Just thought I'd spoil that. Anywho, so there we go. So that's first up, Jurassic Park, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Sam Neill and others. I've forgotten already. Sam Neill. I'm blanking because I'm an idiot. Laura Dern, of course. Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough, the late Bob Peck, the late Richard Attenborough, Martin Ferrero, B.D. Wong, who would become a baddie in the Jurassic World movies, and then a goodie again. Spoilers. Samuel L. Jackson, he's in it. Wayne Knight, Joseph Mazzello, and Ariana Richards. Ariana Richards was the first person my son ever got an autograph of at a convention. I'm going to say it was me, but no, my first person I got an autograph of at a convention was Kenny Baker, bless him. So there we go. So yeah, a great film, the great score from John Williams as well. A top-notch film, one of the best films ever made. Is it in my top 10 of all time? I can't remember. I should really write it down, shouldn't I? We're talking about Robot Wars. Anyway, so there we go. So next up is, I can't remember. Let's see what is next. Groundhog Day from Bill Murray and Andy McDowell. Oh God, I don't remember. I don't know why I'm thinking. I've got them here. I've got ready the information here. Bill Murray, Andy McDowell, and Chris Elliott, directed by Harold Ramis. I've heard it pronounced both ways. And written by Harold Ramis and Danny Rubin. An amazing movie, and one that gets your brain thinking about things. It's kind of become a trope, hasn't it? The old Groundhog Day, days repeating themselves and all that. We see it a lot in movies. We've seen it in other movies, haven't we? Like Happy Death Day and stuff like that, which I didn't like, and other things. Movies that came out in 1993. I've never heard of Robot Wars. I don't know that one. Was it from the same people? An Empire Pictures one? Was it from the same people that did Robot Jocks and stuff like that? And what was the other one? The other one they did, I can't remember. It sounds familiar. TNG did it first in Cause and Effect. There is that one, isn't there, in Cause and Effect? Yes, they did. So that'll have been back in... It's pushing it, back 1991-ish, something like that, wasn't it, maybe? Anywho, right. So there's Groundhog Day. Really good film, I'd say. It relives the day over and over again until he sorts his life out. And it is an amazing film and very heartwarming. And I'm not a huge Bill Murray fan, but I do like him in this. It kind of does me head in. Because I'm not a huge fan. But anyway, so moving on, number 3. We've got a tickly nose. He's going to have an argument. Who's going to argue with me? Harrison Ford is the fugitive, it says on the poster. Based on the TV series, which I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a single episode of the TV show. But The One-Armed Man and all that. Directed by Andrew Davis, who also did Under Siege, didn't he? What else did he do? Under Siege, The Fugitive, Chain Reaction. Is that the one with Keanu Reeves? Might be. And some others. But his two most famous films, Under Siege and this. Famously had the most expensive stunt at the time, like $1 million stunt where they crashed a train. I think it was at the time. Pardon me. Really good film. I'll say it stars Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones, who won an Oscar, Celia Ward, who plays Harrison Ford's murdered wife, Joe Pantoliano, who I saw today I started watching Congo today, one of my favourite films of all time, which will pop up in 1995, I'm sure it will. Andreas Katsoulis, Jakar from Babylon 5, and Commander Tomahawk from Star Trek Next Generation, and Jeroen Krabbe, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He was in a Bond film, he played a baddie in a Bond film. Plays a baddie in this one as well. Obviously, Harrison Ford as, I can't remember the name, Dr. Richard Kimball. gets accused of murdering his wife, but it was really the one-armed man, Andreas Katsoulis, that did it, because he was too, he'd uncovered conspiracies about a drug that were going to be going on the market, and he goes on the run. He gets convicted of the murder and is being transported. And then after the big train crash, he escapes, so he goes on the run. Tommy Lee Jones is the U.S. Marshal that got who was on his trail, and there's the famous scene in the pipe, the water pipe. He said, "I didn't kill my wife. I don't care," and all that. Great film, which I don't think I've got on DVD. I've got it on VHS somewhere, but I don't think I've got it on DVD. I've definitely not got it on Blu-ray. I may have to remedy that. Anywho, questions on about, I believe it was to be a sequel to Robot Jock, but it's not really. Oh, Robot Wars, right, cool. They did another one, didn't they? I can't remember what it was called. I think it began with A. I can't remember what it was called. It's not Anvil, but something along them lines. I'm thinking of something. Anyway. Falling Down is one of my favourites from '93. That's coming up. That is coming up. Free Willy, that's not in the list. Although my son might argue, he really likes Free Willy. And Wingray says here, every girl's crazy about the one-armed man. Yes. Chris says, Robin Hood, Men in Tights. No, that's not in the list either. I don't think I've actually seen that all the way through. I don't think. But anyway. So that's The Fugitive. Top-notch flick. Really good. I'm going to have to re-watch it at some point. I haven't watched it for a while. So I fancy re-watching that. I wonder if it's on Amazon or... it's a Warner Brothers, so it won't be on Disney, will it? Or Netflix. It could be on Netflix, because sometimes Warner's puts their stuff on Netflix, don't they? Anyway, whatever. Right, next up, Demolition Man. There we go. Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock, and the new Bail Organa from Andor, Benjamin Bratt, and others. A great film, a really good, fun film that, just turn your brain off and enjoy it. Who else is in it? That comedian, and I forgot his name. He's in it as well. I can't remember his name. I'll have to look on the list. Dennis Leary is in it as well. Yes, he is. And Nigel Hawthorne, who kind of the even though Wesley Snipes is the main baddie, Nigel Hawthorne's kind of the ultimate baddie, I suppose. But anyway. He gets frozen. There's Sylvester Stallone and thawed out in the future, the far future of, is it 2032 or something like that? I can't remember. Does it say? Yes, all right. That was a good guess. 2032 to track down Wesley Snipes, who's also been thawed out, and it's great stuff. It's great stuff. Quest says US Marshal was better. I don't. It was good. I liked US Marshals, but I don't say it was better than The Fugitive. But it was still good. Cliffhanger, that's coming up. But yeah, Demolition Man. Who directed this, by the way? Who directed Demolition Man? I have no idea. Marco Brambilla. Who the hell is he? What else has he done? Dinotopia. Bloody hell, mate. Anyway, right, so there we go. A huge amount of fun. Explosions and guns and everything going off in Demolition Man. The future isn't big enough for the both of them, it says on the poster. Really good fun. Really, really good fun. Right, so next up, the last one. The final one in my top 5. Schindler's List. An amazing film, an event film, won a bucket load of Oscars. But it's a film you don't really want to re-watch once you've seen it. It's not a pleasant viewing experience, is it? But I think it's one of those films that you think everybody's got to see it at least once, haven't they? Steven Spielberg in top form. Liam Neeson, Ben Kingsley, Ralph Fiennes, and lots of others. Music by John Williams, but it's not, it's not intrusive John Williams music like you see in some of the films where it's all about the music. It's takes a back seat, does the music in Schindler's List, because it's more about the story, isn't it? About Oscar Schindler, who saved lots of Polish Jews from the Warsaw Ghetto during World War II, saved them from the concentration camps and all that. Really, really amazing film, and I think I've like seen it twice, and I think I saw it once just to see it, and then watched it again another time with somebody else. They said, shall we watch Schindler's List? Yeah, all right then. I think I've watched it again because I'm always bawling at the end of it. Anywho, Quest is still going on about films from 1993. No, that's not in the list. And neither Sharp's Rifles, although I do have the complete Sharp box set up there somewhere. And he's going to stop now. You're fine, mate. Windgrace says, we had Taco Bell. What restaurant was in your version? I think, was it Pizza Hut for the UK? I think they changed it to Pizza Hut, didn't they? In Demolition Man we're on about. I think it was Pizza Hut. Anyway. So there we go, that's Schindler's List. So amazing film. As I said, won bucket loads of Oscars, and well deserved. Actually, no, I think it won 3. I think it was nominated for like 12 Oscars or something like that. Let's have a look. What does it say? It won 7. It won 7 Oscars. Nominated for 12. Won 7, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, and others. So there we go. Right, so there we go. So that's my top 5 favourite movies of 1993. I'll go in. We'll do me. Remove that. We'll do me. Honourable mentions. I couldn't think of the word then. Honourable mentions now. Oh, bad me. You know what? I shouldn't have done that. Never mind. We'll get back into it. Right. So. I've got to present it again. I didn't mean to get rid of it. What am I like? Right, so here we go. For me, top 9, isn't it? Honourable mentions. Here we go. There it is. First one, Fire in the Sky. Quest mentioned that earlier on. I've got a big backdrop. When I used to do UFO news, I used to have a backdrop behind me. There. With a poster from Fire in the Sky that I was given by Philip Mantle. You may know him as a UFO author and researcher. So I've still got that. Really good film. Not necessarily based on the true story of Travis Walton and the alien abduction and all that of Travis Walton. It's based on the true story. Yeah, I think the bits on Earth are based on the true story. I think they're more closely match what happened, but the bits that we see on the spaceship, which doesn't go on that long in the film, which is kind of disappointing, doesn't really match what happened in Travis Walton's account. But it's still a really good film. It is still a really good film. Anyway, Quest is saying, I like Taco Bell, but the portions are way too small, price too high. I don't know if we've got any Taco Bells round by us. I've never seen one. And Josh Temple's here. Yeah, never fear, man. Is the harpoon at the ready? Been slammed at work lately. Well, somebody's got to keep them taxes rolling in, haven't they? So there we go. So that's Fire in the Sky. That's me first of my honourable mentions. Next up, I said, I can't remember what they are. There we go. Army of Darkness. Evil Dead 3. I'm not a film, I've included it as an honourable mention, and it is one of my favourite films of 1993. I do like it, but it's my least favourite of the Evil Dead films. I suppose even more so than the remake and the Evil Dead Rise. I think because it's not an Evil Dead film, even though it's set in the Evil Dead universe. It's just an adventure, a fantasy, isn't it, I suppose? But it is fun. Sam Raimi back again, doing a Ray Harryhausen. I think that's what he wanted to do, didn't he? A Ray Harryhausen film. And with Bruce Campbell back as Ash, in medieval times, fighting off the Army of Darkness. It is fun stuff. It is fun stuff. Windgrace there with his numbers. 3 Evil Dead, Evil the Thread. Imagine if they do an Evil Dead 6. That'll be a... We're on 5. So if they do one more, they could do Evil and do the V and I as a Roman numerals, couldn't they? This is my boomstick. Yes, he said that, didn't he? He says that. So there we go. So that's Army of Darkness. A lot of fun. With some great stop motion effects in it. But I say it plays more for laughs than horror. More so than Evil Dead 2. Next up, Falling Down. Quest mentioned this earlier on. Michael Douglas. It's a Joel Schumacher film. Really, really good. He's had enough as Michael Douglas's character. Is going into work. Really hot day in Los Angeles. I think it's Los Angeles, isn't it? Really hot day, and stuck in traffic, and they think, oh, it's all going wrong. Has he lost his job, or he's about to lose his job? Something like that, isn't there? And he just loses it and goes on a rampage. And we have Duval. What's his first name? I've forgotten. Robert Duval is the cop. Tracking him down, and that's it. It's a really, really good film. With a kind of a poignant ending, but it is a top-notch stuff. So Joel Schumacher can make good films when he wants to. Right, next up, Hot Shots Part 2. Hang on, Quest says he lost his job before the story started. Oh, right, that's it. I knew there's something to do with him losing his job. Hot Shots Part 2, which I think is better than the first one. This is more of a take on the Rambo films. Hot Shots, the first one were like Top Gun. This is like a Mickey take of the Rambo films with Charlie Sheen and the gorgeous Brenda Backey, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Richard Crenna in a role, because they obviously were in the Rambo films. And Lloyd Bridges, and that comedian that role is on I forgot the bloody name of it now. Not What's My Line, what do they call it now? That where the makeup, the improvisation and all that. It's that comedian that's in that big tall comedian, he's in it as well. But anyway, it is a huge amount of fun and hilarious. It's also got why do I always forget bloody names? From RoboCop. Blank it now. My mind is completely blank. You know, like you look in your mind's eye, just nothing. Him anyway. He's in it as well. Because he goes, war, it's fantastic. Him. Yes, whose line is it anyway? That's the one. Yes, I couldn't think of it. I think like, what's my line? And yes, whose line is it anyway? I can't remember the name of the actor. I'll look it up, shall we? I'll look it up. I'm wondering now. Hot Shots, Part Dukes. Hey. Right, cast. No, Miguel Ferrer. That's not the comedian fella. I think him that's in RoboCop. Miguel Ferrer. Ryan Stiles is that tall comedian. It's also got Martin Sheen because they pass each other on the river and say you were great in Wall Street. See Windgrace in it now. Ryan Stiles. Yeah, huge amount of fun, and that's where he's firing the chicken. He runs out of arrows, so he picks up a chicken. Hey, it's a laugh. You couldn't make films like that these days. Even though they're doing a Naked Gun, aren't they? New Naked Gun film with Liam Neeson, but it won't be as good. And Jerry Zucker's not happy about it, is he? Nobody got in touch with him that they were making a new Naked Gun film. Yeah, he's a bit miffed, is Jerry Zucker. I think on the others that were involved with those films, I think they've passed on, or are really, really old. But Jerry Zucker, he's been on YouTube in an interview with somebody, said he's not happy about it. Anywho, Quest says, I'm hoping that Face will be on your 1997 list. Face? I've no idea. I've never heard of it. Quest says, I love watching Newslands anyway, along with Have I Got News for You? I haven't seen either of them for yonks, for years and years. Yes, an 8 out of 10 cats. Again, I haven't seen... I've stopped watching like 8 out of 10 cats does countdown. Well, pretty much after Sean Locke died, because... There we go. Is it still going? I don't know. Face 1997, Robert Carlyle and Ray Winston. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. I'm sure it's amazing. Anyway, next up. Cliffhanger. There we go. I've just got that on Blu-ray. Where is it? Down here somewhere. I've got Cliffhanger. There it is. Just got it on Blu-ray. Cliffhanger. So that'll be coming up on Division Mondays at some point. It should be fun. Great film with an amazing opening sequence. That just tension, you know. But really well done. Who directed this one? Oh, Rennie Harlin. Rennie Harlin directed this one. It's Sylvester Stallone and others. I'm blanking. John Lithgow as the baddie. Hamming it up as the baddie. Michael Rooker. And others. Ralph Waite, he's in it as well, plays another helicopter pilot. There's a woman in it as well, who I can't remember who the hell it is. But anyway, yeah, really, really good. About mountaineering and all that, and that's it. There were a period, wasn't there, when Sylvester Stallone was thinking, we need to do a film about this. We need to do a film about this. So he did like this was about mountaineering. He did one about. It was supposed to be about Formula One, wasn't it? But it ended up being about IndyCar racing, which is quite good. I think it's called Speed or something like that. It's not a bad film. And what else did he do? I can't remember. Anyway, so there we go. So that's Cliffhanger. Really good, fun film. I think they're remaking this one as well, aren't they? With women. We all know how well they do, don't we? Remakes with women. Never learn. Anyway, so there we go. So that's Cliffhanger. Great film. With some really tense, cliffhanging moments in it. Which I suppose it should have, really, shouldn't it? Given the title. Next up, Last Action Hero. Arnold Schwarzenegger this time. And what's his face? Super famous actor. I'm blanking on his bloody... Charles Dance as the baddie. And F. Murray Abraham as well. Kind of a fantasy. It's from John McTiernan. A fantasy action film where this kid gets like a magic ticket to go to the movies, and he goes into the movie, then the movie comes out into the real world, and it's all you know cool and exciting and all that stuff. And Charles Dance has got weird eyes, like crosshairs on his eyes and stuff like that. And it is a lot of fun. It takes the mickey out of 80s action movies and all that, like Lethal Weapon and all those sorts of films. It is fun. But another one I haven't seen for a while. But there we go. So that's that one. Next, another Stakeout. Not Stakeout, because that was earlier. This is another Stakeout. Richard Dreyfuss, Emilio Estevez, joined by Rosie O'Donnell, back when she was funny. I think it was directed by John Badham again. Looking at the thing, yes, it was directed by John Badham. Also brought us lots of stuff like Dracula in '79 and Blue Thunder and Short Circuit and loads of others. He's done loads of films with John Badham. But this is fun. Like I said, they go on another Stakeout. They take over like a house by a lake, something like that. The cops, keeping an eye on bad guys, and it's all cool stuff and fun and exciting. Sometimes it's exciting, but it's mostly funny. But it's not as good as the first one, I don't think. But it's not far off. It is fun. It is fun. Right. So next up. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Oh, hang on. Question's got a fun fact. Sylvester Stallone and Mel Gibson both turned down the Terminator role. There you go. Didn't know that. Next, number 8. Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. I think I went to see this at the cinema. I think. Or am I thinking of something else? No, I might be thinking of Freddy. Freddy's Dead. I went to see that at the pictures. Because it was in 3D. That was rubbish. But anyway. But this one, I say, I'm a big fan of the Friday the 13th films. But I think by this time they couldn't call them Friday the 13th part whatever. They'd lost the rights to that. So that's why they called like Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, etc. Final Friday and all that. They couldn't call it Friday the 13th. It's not the final Friday though. No, it's far from it. But I think they thought it was gonna be. This one, it's where it goes mental. I think this one is this one with Stephen. What's his face in it? Stephen Williams. Yes, it is. Where they just go crazy with the law. And Stephen Williams plays this kind of fella with a cowboy hat that just comes into town and knows everything about Jason, and it just goes all weird. And I think it does have a reference to Evil Dead in it, because I think they go in a basement and there's the Necronomicon down there from Evil Dead, and it might even, I think this one even has a Freddy thing at the end. I think, I'm sure Freddy's hand, clawed hand comes out, I think, at the end. But we won't see Freddy versus Jason for a little while after this. But it is fun. It's got Erin Gray in it, or from Buck Rogers. She's like the main, sort of final girl, though she's middle-aged by this time. But yeah, it is. It's not the best of the Jason films, but it's in my honourable mentions because I love the Friday the 13th series. But anyway, yeah, it has the Necronomicon. Yes, it does. Freddy's hand grabs Jason's mask, I think. Yes, that's how it ends, isn't it, I think. Because everybody wanted to see Freddy versus Jason, didn't they? Which we finally did, eventually. And it were all right. It were all right. I'm sure that'll be in my list when we get to that year. Anyway, finally, for me honourable mentions, Wayne's World 2. If you build it, they will come. He says, I can't remember what he says. But they're putting on a concert, aren't they? Is Wayne and Garth, and I can't remember why, but to raise money for something or other, I can't remember why. They're putting on a concert, and they end up with Kiss and all that at this concert, don't they? And I said, it's not as good as the first one, but, it's all right. It passes the time. I think she's back in it as well, isn't she? Tia Carrera's in it as well, which is always nice to see. But yeah, they're putting on a concert. What they're putting on a concert for, I'm going to have to look it up because I'm curious now. Can't remember why. It's been that long since I've seen it. Wayne's World. Oh, I've pressed the wrong bloody thing now because I'm stupid. Party time, excellent. Wow. Right. They go to an Aerosmith concert. They've got backstage passes. Blah 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 blah. They've got to put on Wayne stock. But why? Why do they have to put on Wayne stock? I don't know. I can't remember. It's that long since I've seen it. But anyway, obviously it all ends up cool. Quest says, I want to see Jason versus Michael. I want to see Jason versus Freddy versus Michael versus Victor Crowley. I want to see them all going on like a Avengers style masked killer thing. Wingress says, just saw the new live action Lilo and Stitch. Or was it Lilo and Stitch? Whatever. I've not seen it. I'm not a fan of the cartoon, to be honest. Not a fan of the Lilo and Stitch cartoon. But, so I'll not see that. Will they finally make Wayne's World 3? I doubt it very much. I'd rather see, rather than Wayne's World 3, I'd rather see Austin Powers 4. I'd rather see that from Michael Myers. Speaking of Michael, different Mike Myers. So there we go. So that's me top 9, my 9 honourable mentions for 1993. So we'll go through. Hang on, I've got to let me remove that. We've got to go through them one more time. So just bear with me, because I closed out the blooming window and I've got to start it up again. There we go. Right, so we'll go through the list one more time. Hang on. Wingrace says it's not out. Oh, just saw she will be in it. Oh, right. I thought you'd seen it. Thought you'd seen it. But I won't be going to see it because, like I say, I'm not a fan of Lilo and Stitch. I'm not a fan of it. Didn't like the cartoon. But anyway, right. Here we go. Window, bladosh. There we go. Right, so we'll do my top 5 again. We'll go through it one more time. Right, first up was Jurassic Park. One of the best films ever made. Easily the number 1 in this list. Great stuff. Dinosaurs, what can you say? Next up, Groundhog Day. Bill Murray in top form. I'm not a big fan of Bill Murray, to be completely honest, but I do love this film. And Harold Ramis doing the directing and writing wonderfully. I think it was one of his favourite, projects that he worked on. I think he said he got more letters about that than I think probably even Ghostbusters. I'm sure he said something like that. Quest says, come to IMDb, Wayne's World 3 is in production. It probably has been for a million years. Anyway, where were we? So next up was Harrison Ford in The Fugitive, and Tommy Lee Jones, and Jeroen Krabbe, and Andreas Katsoulis, and all that. Didn't kill my wife, don't care. That's what he says. Verbatim. Great film, and the train crash. Good stuff. The Demolition Man. Great action. And that's about it. And jokes and all that. Oh, the 3 seashells, etc. Did anybody ever work out? I know that there's not supposed to be an answer to how the 3 seashells work, or is it just 3 shells, whatever. But has anybody ever, worked it out how they might work? I imagine there's lots of scraping going on. But anyway, that's by the by. And Justin's here. Yay, hello all. We've nearly finished. I guess it's just like Austin Powers 4. But is that in production as well? I imagine so. That probably has been for a million years. Anyway, and finally, my top 5. Schindler's List. Moving tribute to Oscar Schindler, who saved thousands of, 1,500, something like that. Saved a lot, didn't he, of Polish Jewish people from the Warsaw Ghetto, was it Warsaw or Krakow? Anyway, during World War II. Great stuff, but not a film I'm really wanting to see again. But, an amazing flick. Right, and then we had those honourable mentions, so remove that. We had those honourable mentions, which were... Hang on. Bear with me. Totally disorganised, aren't I? There we go. The honourable mention. Oh, I've got to do this again now, haven't I? Will it do it? I've got to do it again. I think I've got to do it again because it's stupid. Or will it let me do it? No, won't let you share more than 2 things at once, or more than 1 thing at once. So I've got to start again. Stupid bloody thing. Sigh. Right, here we go. Behave yourself. Ooh, Princess is being naughty. Right, get that. Wingrace says the simplest answer I saw is that it's just 3 dials for a bidet, or bidet as you say in America. Bidet. I've never used a bidet. My brother used it. His flat he used to have apartment to Americans. His flat that had a bidet, but I never used it. Liam should have got the Oscar for that. Did he get an Oscar for it? I don't know. Where are we? Did it say accolades? They've got accolades. What did it win? It won. No, we're nominated. One to a Liam, who were nominated. So were Ray Fiennes. But it won for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Original Score by John Williams, Best Film Editing, Best Cinematography, and Best Art Direction. So there you go. They were nominated for Best Sound, Best Makeup, Best Supporting Actor, Best Actor, and Best Costume Design, but didn't win in those categories. But yes, he should have won. He should have won the Oscar for that, should Liam Neeson. I don't know who won it that year, probably Tom Hanks. Because he won them all in the 90s, didn't he? Anyway, right, so where were we? Honourable mentions. First up was Fire in the Sky, loosely based on a true story, but still a great flick. About the alien abduction of Travis Walton. He went missing for like, I don't know, 5 days, 7 days, something like that. And still one of the most not plausible, what would you say, most believable, I suppose you could say, UFO abduction story going. But great stuff. Starring D.B. Sweeney and the Terminator fella, Robert Patrick, in a minute. Justin says, Fire in the Sky is a great movie, and it's surprisingly scary. It is when he's on the bits where we see him on the alien ship, but that wasn't much like how Travis described it in his account, but never mind. And he says, I think Tom Hanks. I wouldn't be surprised. For Philadelphia, there we go. Tell you, he won everything, didn't he, in the 90s? Did Tom Hanks? I saw him. What did I see him on? Something. Oh, I've been watching 1883. I think it was 1883. Been watching 1883 on Netflix. The Western thing. It's like Yellowstone, isn't it? It's the prequel to that. And he popped up briefly in that, didn't he? Tom Hanks. Anyway, where were we? So that's Fire in the Sky, great flick. And then we had Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 3. I said, not my favourite of the Evil Dead films, but still fun with some great stop motion effects and some funny stuff going on. But I don't know, not really connected. Although it's set in the Evil Dead universe and it's got Ash in it and and all that, but it could be its own separate thing. Wingris says, you don't know how spoiled you are to still have all these things on Netflix. Yeah, well, the best thing about Netflix in the UK is that we've still got all the classic Star Treks. That's the best thing about it. But anyway, I'm officially over 72 different streaming services over here. I know there's too many in there. Too many. I mean, after we subscribe to, let's say, Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus, I think that's it. I think. But I've got a Shudder subscription, but that's going through my Prime. And I occasionally subscribe to Paramount Plus, usually if there's like new Star Trek coming out, but then they cancel it when it's finished. Because you can't afford them all, can you? And there goes. Anyway, next up, Falling Down, Michael Douglas, Joel Schumacher film, Falling Down. Underrated, totally agree. Great film. It is a great film. But he goes kind of on a lawless rampage because he just loses his cool, pretty much because he's lost his job, and is it his daughter don't want to talk to him or something like that, and he also can't get a breakfast because it's like 10:31 or something like that, and they stopped serving breakfasts. Anyway, Wingray says HBO. Now they changed the names. Yes, they're going back to HBO again, aren't they? From Max. Don't know why they changed it to start with. HBO's a cool name, isn't it? I mean, Max. It's a cool name. I've got to say it's a cool name because one of my best friend's son's called Max. But it's just a name, isn't it? I know they're on about Max, go to the Max, but HBO, kind of home box office, it's got a je ne sais quoi to it, hasn't it? But anyway, yes, they're going back to HBO. Is it going to be HBO Max or just HBO? Whatever. Still better than Max. Anyway, right, so where were we? Number 3, Falling Down. Great film, starring Michael Douglas. Directed by Joel Schumacher. The late Joel Schumacher. Next up, Hot Shots Part 2. Lot of fun with Charlie Sheen and all the others. War, it's fantastic. Then we had Sylvester Stallone and John Lithgow, Michael Rooker in Cliffhanger. Super tense, particularly the opening sequence where he's trying to hold on to that woman and slips, and that's horrible. But I don't want to die. Tough, you're gonna die. Anyway, so there we go. Next up, Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Last Action Hero, directed by John McTiernan. A fun fantasy action movie, taking a bite out of 80s action films like Lethal Weapon and stuff, and Die Hard and stuff like that. Beverly Hills Cop, etc. Lot of fun, lot of fun. Didn't do well though, I don't think, did it? Don't think it did very well at the box office. Just it says underrated. Cliffhanger is. It is a really good film, which I've just got on Blu-ray. I'll show you it again. There we go. Just got it on Blu-ray. Where are we? There we go. Cliffhanger. Hey. Action filmmaking at its best. It says on the front. Who said that? I can't bloody read it. Empire magazine. One of Stallone's best tense and terrific. Says I can't bloody read it. Movie something. .net. I don't know. Right. Yes, Last Action Hero, Charles Dance classic. Yes, with his weird eyes. He's got like, I don't know, is it contact lenses or something? Or is he supposed to have glass eyes? Whatever. He's the baddie in it. Anyways, that's Last Action Hero. Then number 7, another stakeout. Not at number 7, but my 7th of my honourable mentions. Another stakeout with Richard Dreyfuss, Emilio Estevez, Rosie O'Donnell. A lot of fun. Not as good as the first one, but still worth a look. From John Badham. It's just a laugh. It's a laugh, isn't it? It's one of those films that you know that they're having a really good time making it. That's what goes on. They probably didn't, but they just seem like they had a really good time making it. I'm probably going to get told now that there were all these on-set dramas and they all hated each other, but if you watch the film, it looks like they're having a good time. Anyway. Then we had Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Well, this is the 8th one. Can't remember. I think it might have been the 8th one. Or the 9th one. Well, Jason X after this. We had part 1, part 2, part 3 in 3D. Then we had part 4. I think part 4 was the final, but not the final Friday, but I think it was the final chapter, wasn't it, part 4? And then part 5 were A New Beginning. Part 6 was Jason Lives, which is really, really good. Part 7, which was part 7? Can't remember. I know part 8 was Jason Takes Manhattan. What was part 7? What was part 7? Jason Lives, or part 6, then they're part 7. Oh, that one with the psychic bird, wasn't it? That was part 7, but I can't remember what its subtitle was. Anyway, whatever. Then part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which is my personal favourite. I know it's not the best, but I just really like Jason Takes Manhattan. And then this, Final Friday, and then we had Jason X and Freddy vs. Jason, didn't we? And all that. And a remake, didn't we? Had a remake, or sort of remake. Justin says, love Jason Goes to Hell. Yes, X was next. 7 was New Blood. That was it. Yes, New Blood. I get mixed up with New Blood and the 5th one, which, spoilers, don't have Jason in it. But anyway, so there we go. So that's Jason Goes to Hell, Final Friday. There's not a lot of Jason in it, is there, in this one? It kind of possesses people. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. And then finally, Wayne's World 2. If you book them, they will come, or something like that, innit? They're putting on Wayne stock and they're wanting Aerosmith and Van Halen and all them to go. But I think they end up with Kiss, don't they? I think. But it's been a long time since I've seen it. I used to have the soundtrack. I think it was for this one, Wayne's World 2. I had it on cassette. I think I lent it to my mate, but he says he didn't lend it to me, you give it to me. So I didn't want to be like an Indian giver. And told him I could keep it. So anyway, Justin says, no, Jason is in it as a vision. I know he's in it briefly, but he's not in it, very. We see him like reflected, don't we? The people he possesses, we see him reflected in mirrors and stuff, don't we? So... yes, I know he's in it, but he's not depicted very. It's not like it's not. You know what I mean? It's possessing people. It's not actual physical Jason. It's possessing people, and we see mirrors and stuff for some reason. But anyway, there we go. There we go. That's Wayne's World 2, and that's it. I think. Yes, that's it. That's my top 5 favourite movies of 1993, and my 9 honourable mentions. All decent flicks. You should give them a look. I'm sure they're on streaming somewhere, probably, maybe. I don't know. And there's loads of others that I could have picked from, such as the ones that Quest suggested. Like, hang on, let's go scroll back up the list of what he suggested. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I don't think I've seen that one. Robin Hood Men in Tights. I don't think I've seen that. I think I've seen parts of it. I don't think I've seen it all the way through. Free Willy. Nah, I wouldn't have picked that one. Any more? Robot Wars, and there we go. So they could have all been in there, but they're not. I had my own choices. Right, so there we go. So next time it'll be 1994. What's in there? Now then, we've got a bit of lots of sci-fi. A James Bond film. Quotes, but not really. One of the greatest films of all time that were a box office flop at first and then became one of the greatest films of all time. I didn't realise it was a play on Free Will until like 2 years ago. Free Willy? No, I didn't either. I just thought it was called, because he was called Willy and they wanted to free him. Is that what you're on about? I don't know. Anyway, 1994. It's Quentin Tarantino film, and then I've got loads. I think this might be the most honourable mentions I've ever had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 honourable mentions. That might be the most ever. Blimey. Anyway, but that's for next time. Right, so before we go, I have got to go through this list here for 1993 and strike through so I know that they've been done. There we go, and then I can save it. I've got it in like a Word document where I look at and save that. Right. So, right, we're done and dusted. Justin says, New Nightmare was 94 classic. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I wasn't a big fan of that, to be honest. I don't think it's in me. In my list. Let me have a look again. Oh, I've got to scroll all the way down. Just a minute, Princess. Do you want to go out? Oh, no, it is there. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Yes, it is in there. But it's not in my top 5. It's in my honourable mentions. So, just to let you know. Right, so, do you want to go out? I think my cat wants to go out. So, we'll leave it there. So, what's coming up next? What day are we on? Wednesday. Friday. Justin says, love the idea of the film. It is a good idea because it's all meta, isn't it? You know, they're playing themselves, the actors, and even Wes Craven's in it. But anyway, on Friday, we're carrying on my Hammer House of Horror reviews of each episode. So we're on the house. This week it's The House That Bled to Death and Charlie Boy, them 2 episodes. That should be fun. Next week is Star Wars week. So on Monday, we're going to be looking at Phantom Menace. Yay, episode 1, The Phantom Menace. We're looking at that. I haven't got it out. Oh, never mind. And then on Wednesday, it's Empire Strikes Back. So they're both watching them both on the anniversaries of their releases. So that's next week. And then next Wednesday, fingers crossed, might be doing me season 3 of Deep Space Nine. So there you go. Misa, so excited. I actually quite like Phantom Menace, I must admit, but does me head in as well. Right, so we're all done and dusted. Darth Jar Jar, yes, he's a Sith Lord. Right, so thanks Justin, thanks Wingrace, and thanks Quest, and Josh Temple, and Unconcerned Throat, or something like that, over on Twitch. Just make sure there's nobody on Rumble sending a message. No, there isn't. I'll let you out in a minute, Princess, just a minute. So we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, I'll say there. Where have I put it? There it is. Hang on, where are we? There, found it. Bye.
That old Yorkshire Geek with stories to unfold.